My name is Bartonje Chesaina, a widower. I lost my wife on March 11th of 2011. She had diabetes which affected her heart. That evening she was watching news and she just collapsed in the sitting room. I was away, I was in Nakuru. My daughter rushed her to Gertrude's in Lavington and she was pronounced dead on arrival. My bed was made, as usual, for 20 years. So the next morning, I went to the mortuary and to do all these things. When I came back at night, my bed was unmade. It hit me. That's when I screamed. That's when I realized it is for real. She's no longer here. You look at her car is sitting there. If you enter her car, you find, what do you call those things? Lipsticks and stuff and all this. And of course, the wardrobe, these are her clothes. These are her shoes, these are whatever. So what do you do with them? Do you keep those clothes? Do you keep her shoes? What do you do? We had kids, but thank God they were a little bit grown up. The firstborn was 18 at that time, and the lastborn was about 9 years old. I was a businessman. I didn't have time at home, so all of a sudden I'm in charge of things that I didn't even know what shopping was. I didn't know the price of eggs. I didn't know the price of unga. Yeah, but I had to learn all those things. I had to learn to be home to make sure everybody has eaten, everybody is sleeping well. Those are things that my wife used to do. And I miss her for so many reasons, including the arguments we used to have, because I'm nostalgic about that, because when she was annoyed, she would twitch her nose, the nose would twitch, and I knew that she's now annoyed. And it was good. It was fun having those arguments, because the next day we would laugh about it. I remember one time she told me to buy a new set of sofa sets. I said, no, these sofa sets are still new. So she told me a friend of mine's sofa sets were better than mine. So I told her, if that is the case, go and sit in Kim's house, if it is those sofa sets. So the next day when I called her, I got home, she wasn't there, so I called and said, where are you? She said, I'm in Kim's house. You told me to go and sit on Kim's sofa sets. So here I am seated here. I had to buy sofa sets. I'd stopped drinking for like 20 years. But after she died, I have like a glass of wine, then it went on and on and on and on and on. It's been difficult for me to cope, even business, even why I'm in Kajiado now. I think I'm running away from a lot of memories in Nairobi, so that I left my house because everywhere you turn, there is the presence. But it's been a tough 9 years or so, bringing up these people, especially the girls. The boys, we can understand each other, but then I could not relate on how to bring up the girls, how to harass them to keep them in the narrow path. And yeah, I can see the results of both. I have a daughter, for example, who could not take the death of the mother. At that time, she was in university in South Africa. She was my wife's favorite daughter. And slowly she did it, just like me. I went into alcohol, she went into drugs. We didn't even know it. We didn't even know until 3-4 years ago.